Anyway, let's talk about telephone companies, shall we?
Let's talk about telephone companies. A few weeks back, now we referred everyone to a hilarious YouTube clip.
Before you go on, can we put a disclaimer in here?
Oh, I don't know, we should. Should we?
All right, we won't then. Off you go.
We were bemoaning and lamenting the marriage of convenience, weren't we, that we all now know as VHA, Vodafone Hutchison Australia.
What did you call it? The what?
The marriage of convenience.
Oh, I wouldn't have called it that, but nonetheless, you have now.
It is. Maybe you should go ahead with that disclaimer. No, let's not. Vodafail, the musical, the brainchild of TV Live on Stage, which is a comedy duo comprised of Scott Dawkins and Sheona Urquhart, and as I said earlier in the show, with a lazy 126,000 views.
Yeah, and you took it upon yourself to email them, and they took up your threat.
Yeah, in just 3 weeks. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely they did. Yes, well, Vodafail, the musical, it's certainly struck a chord. Scott, Sheona, thanks for joining us tonight.
Oh, a pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
It's great to have you guys in the studio. Tell us about Vodafail, the musical. Where does one start?
Oh, well, it wasn't called Vodafail the musical to begin with. Its fans renamed it. We originally called it Telephone, a tribute to 3 and Vodafone.
Because it's to the music soundtrack of Lady Gaga's Telephone.
That's correct. And then it got renamed by its fans because Vodafail's got such a huge following on that website.
Yeah, the Vodafail.com.
Yeah, and we just did it for a bit of our laugh to amuse ourselves because our calls kept dropping out between each other.
Yeah, and to release some tension.
Yeah.
Scott and I would be on the phone to each other discussing things that we'd write for our show and it would cut out. So we have to write this song.
But can I put that disclaimer in now?
Yes, do.
Dr. Ron and I used to be one of those customers, and I think in the 20-minute drive home, if we didn't have to redial about 5 times
that's a good day.
In the space of an eastern suburbs drive straight up a main thoroughfare, it was like time to churn. Anyway, I'm going to play just a little bit of for those of you who aren't familiar with this wonderful musical piece, here's just a snippet of it. I'll play more of it later, but this is what it sounds like.
Hello, baby, you called, I can't hear a thing. I ain't got no service yet again, you say. What did you say?
You keep breaking up on me.
No, my phone is not it's 'cause I'm with 3.
It's 'cause I'm with 3.
It's 'cause I'm with 3.
No, my phone is not it's 'cause I'm with 3.
Get the message?
The online version.
So I did catch a glimpse of your video on the ABC News the other night. So you've actually sort of got to the stardom fact that's
bizarre,
isn't it? Well, how did you feel when you saw that?
Well, because we didn't know, so people
it's
tell
always
us.
a shock.
So
it's a shock.
I saw your thing on the telly, on the ABC News.
Yeah.
So tonight I've used it. Sunrise have used it.
They didn't bother to ask you?
No.
No, I suppose when it's on YouTube, it becomes free media in a way.
Yeah,
but we end up finding out afterwards.
We don't care. Publicity. Thanks.
Were you expecting the media interest that it's received when you did it?
No.
Not to this extent. I think anyone who's with 3 or Vodafone understands our pain and can absolutely relate to it. But it just exploded so much more than we anticipated. It was...
In fairness, a really good video for us before this would be about 1,000 hits. We're thrilled. So to get 127,000 for one is very unusual for us.
Absolutely, and still climbing.
And it's great because it's driven up all the viewership of all of our other videos because we've done other spoofs and we do a lot of character comedy and sketch comedy. So people are watching the whole channel now, which is fun.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That's
really
good.
Nice.
That's good. So you've got some
struck a chord.
Oh, you have. You've got some long-term subscribers now, hopefully, to your channel on YouTube. Have you had any feedback from Vodafone or 3 or any... Not that you'll be able to get through on your mobile phones.
No. They stayed. So they might be trying to call us, but they can't get through properly.
Yeah.
Have you churned yet, or are you still waiting for someone you're basking on a street corner to actually get the money to break the contract like you?
Sheona has left.
Oh, Sheona!
I crawled out. I saw the light and went with Telstra.
She rubs her 5 bars in my face.
I never knew an iPhone could have more than 2 bars.
That'll make the promo.
That little signal meter goes up to 5 bars.
Yeah, I never knew I never knew it could do it.
So now I revert back to the landline to call her.
Tell us a bit about the equipment that you've used to edit this and create this video.
Oh, look, it's terribly expensive.
Is it? Yeah.
It comes free with a Mac. It's called GarageBand and iMovie.
Yep.
So
Also known in TechTalk Radio here as Garbage Band. Yes, so that's one of Andrew's. But you've used GarageBand to put it together. have you?
Yeah, all the sound was GarageBand, so it wasn't,
the limitation of GarageBand is it doesn't really have an auto tune. So cut to us singing things over and over and over to get them perfectly in pitch because there is no second chances.
Yeah.
So I had a few cuts from Sheona at the end. Sheona's much more musically minded than I am. She's violent.
Yes.
And how long did it take to put it all together?
The audio took about a week. That took the longest, trying to get everything right. But we filmed it literally in about 3 days.
Okay.
Because I had to be on a plane to Thailand. So it had to be done in 3 days.
So you've done all the recording, all the music, the lyrics.
Yep.
And then you go about lip syncing and recording the...
Yeah, you need to have the audio done first, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
Who wrote the lyrics?
Between the two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
thing was
From personal experience?
Yes.
it was just about 3. It was written a few months ago, and it was just about 3. It was just I was frustrated. I had to do something about it, and then thank God they merged, and Scott was with Vodaphone, and they just kept getting worse. It was amazing. It was like we were meant to write this song about them.
Vodafone used to be so good. I've been with them since mobiles first came out, and I loved them. I was a huge devotee, and ever since that merger happened, ba-bow. So
Andrew and I, tell a similar story. We were customers of 3 for a long time, weren't we? And like you were explaining
Well, the reason
before,
why we were with 3 is because Telstra used to provide their network background, but they pulled out 12 months ago, and that's when it went pear-shaped. It went all downhill from there.
Yeah.
And then they realised that they had massive holes in their network, and here we are today. You guys are singing about it. We've churned, and they've got to lift their game if they want to maintain a few customers going into the 4G domain anyway.
And like you're saying, where they had Telstra as a backup, and your phone would roam onto the Telstra network, onto the Next G network, it was pretty good. You didn't notice too many dropouts. But as soon as they changed that contractually, and they went down this Vodafone 3 merger, the wheels fell off.
3XEM on our chat says, Vodafail demonstrates the need for a single network for Australia. Multiple networks for a country the size of Australia is just crazy. There's probably a bit of truth in that when you think that we've got multiple infrastructure right across the network. Didn't we see that with Optus and Telstra and the black cable that went down our streets in Melbourne for the pay TV and stuff like that? But no, we still do silly things.
There's a lot of duplication of mobile infrastructure, that's for sure. Tell us about the cameras that you use to shoot your video, because there's some pretty nice looking sharp images there. You've got.
It's just I bought it a month ago. It was just a little Sony Handycam. It was $750.
Yeah.
Little present to myself.
Cheap as chips, aren't they, these days?
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's back in the shop at the moment because it had started to make a funny noise.
Yes.
A dial tone coming out of it or something.
But great vision. Luckily, we didn't need the audio for this particular video.
Yeah.
But Sony being quick to fix it, so bless them.
Okay. Do you remember the model number? Putting you on the spot now, Scott.
30 something. It's tiny.
It's about the size of my palm.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you about. And it's black.
Right.
Yeah.
And it has a little screen.
Because that's important.
That's it.
The colour's important.
It is. I think it makes it faster.
Whereabouts did you do all the shooting for Vodafail?
Majority of it was in Scott's house or around Scott's house.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's a line about being in Newquay, so obviously we had to go on location and do things there. But just sort of parts of Melbourne that are recognisable to Melburnians and to the rest of Australia as well. And we had to sneak out and go out the front of a 3 store and a Vodafone store at 8 a.m. on Sunday when we knew no one would be there.
I saw the Paran market there. I thought, hello, they've travelled quite a bit to Paran to do that. But yeah, you didn't get. Who'd you get to wear the Vodafone T-shirt? The guy in the shop.
He was a friend from the Victorian College of the Arts that we went with, and we begged him. We were just like, we need somebody.
He played the role very well. I might have.
He's funny. He's so funny. But the uniform Scott made.
Yeah,
himself.
That was a bit of
really.
Well, I thought it was like a real.
Who worked for them who would give us a uniform.
I thought it was. That was a real employee with a real uniform and everything.
Iron-on transfer.
We had another top that Scott practiced the iron-on transfer with multiple times before we actually had one that was good.
There was about 7 burn marks.
Now, does this performance make it to stage? Because you guys do theatre around town, don't you?
Yeah, we do a show a year, and we do it at Gasworks in Albert Park in Melbourne. We definitely do parodies live.
Yeah,
but the video content is its own, like on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we don't repeat it in the show. We do all fresh stuff for the show.
Cool.
So we don't want people to pay to come see something they've already seen.
Pretty much the idea is that our show is a live show, but obviously we need to get changed. We play multiple different characters and do multiple different sketches. So the videos serve their purpose as costume changes for us, and so we're not leaving the audience with 2 minutes of nothing on stage. But our live show is in August, and from 17th to the 20th.
All right. We'll put some details up online, and you can certainly spruik it on our show. So how did you guys meet?
VCA, we went to
Victorian College of the Arts.
Yes,
Yeah.
Music Theatre Foundation course.
Yes, it turns out we're not terribly talented in the music theatre arena. We couldn't get jobs.
So it went downhill from there, did it? You had to resort to comedy,
We had to cheer ourselves up, so we started telling jokes.
We took it out on Vodafone.
Oh, but you've done a few others. I think on your channel I've seen a few others along the way there. So.
Yeah.
But I think, yes, you've hit a heartstring with a lot of Australian consumers at the moment with the telephone issues. And I think, as we were talking about earlier on in the show too, the complaints against Vodafone have hit an all-time high. So as a result, there's no reason why your parody won't hit an all-time high as people come for the solace and go, oh, yes, it's not just me.
Although
definitely.
I don't think we get expected to get translated into Turkish, though.
That was.
Oh, you're
that
kidding,
was a
really?
shock.
Yeah.
There's a Vodafail in Turkish video up on YouTube that's
and
had
it's
like
gone
1,000
nuts
hits.
in Istanbul. The Age reported it last week. Like,
Gee, you have created a monster, haven't
so
you?
bizarre.
We really have.
Have they dubbed it like over your soundtrack?
No,
Yeah, so it's our video, but with Turkish subtitles.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I was wondering, maybe they...
You know you've made it when the Chaser Boys get hold of it. You realise that?
A parody of a parody.
Absolutely. So, any plans for the in respect to more parodies? Or you sort of got your eyes on something new? Don't give away your secrets.
We're not going to give
anything
anything away, but something's in the mix. I actually just finished writing it on Saturday night, so there's something else coming.
So we'll have to watch your channel now. So we'll have to bookmark it, won't we?
Yes.
All right, now your Facebook page, Sheona, you've got facebook.com/TV Live on Stage.
Yep.
Is that right? Where would you like people to go to follow you, to keep
Probably
track of?
the best idea is to go to the actual website, tvliveonstage.com. All our videos are there, information about the shows, the last show as well, just everything you need to know about the characters, and it's all there.
Good, and got links to the YouTube channel and everything.
Facebook and Twitter and all that.
Awesome. How do we follow you on Twitter? What's your account?
TVLOS.
That's it. I think that's right. At TVLOS.
Yep.
If we want to follow you on Twitter. Very good. Very good. Well, thanks for coming in, guys. It's terrific to meet you, and congratulations. You've done good work here, I think. You've certainly, as Andrew said, you've struck a chord with a lot of people out there.
It had to be done.
We certainly didn't strike a bar of reception, that's for sure. Never mind.
Puns are flying thick and fast in the studio this evening.
Oh, these guys are professionals.
Write that
Are they?
down, Scott. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone's got their pen and paper. Where's your next performance?
At Gasworks Arts Park in Melbourne.
Now, where's Gasworks? Is that in the arts precinct down near?
It's in Albert Park.
Albert Park?
Yeah,
No, I'm not thinking
Graham
of the
and
one.
Pickles, the corner of Graham and Pickles.
Okay, and the date?
August 17th to the 20th.
Oh,
It's
we should go
Wednesday
along.
to Saturday night.
Yeah.
Wednesday
Yes.
along. Yeah,
Yeah.
all right, very good. Once again, thanks, guys. It's been great. We'll play the whole, not quite the whole track, but here it is in its sort of entirety. And once again, many thanks for coming in.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.